Oh, it's very close to the Grand Prix weekend. It is so very close. My name is Alex Does F1 Stuff, and today is an F1 chat, episode number 22. I think 22. I've definitely got that right. 22. So it is currently 1 day and 41 minutes until practice 1 at Austria around the Spielberg Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully this video should come out before practice starts, as I want to kind of discuss my the review video that I'm going to be making ahead of the Austrian Grand Prix. I may also go into a little article. I'm not entirely sure just yet. I'll see how much time we've got left at the end. So I have three sort of ideas in my head of how I want to structure a review for the Austrian Grand Prix. Idea number one is, if I get it right in my head. So idea number one is to basically make three separate videos across the whole weekend. So I will make a video on Friday, for Friday, covering the two practice sessions. Obviously these won't be very long videos is the problem, maybe 10 minutes, if that, just talking about the two practice sessions on the Friday. I will then make a video on Saturday that will be out on Saturday, covering practice 3 and the 3 qualifying sessions. I will then make a video on Sunday covering just the race. And the Sunday one will probably come out a bit later, as I work on Sundays, unfortunately, from 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And by the time I get home, it's 4:30, then gotta have some food, then it's 5, then I've got to watch the race, because I won't be able to watch it live. I have to watch it on Channel 4 whenever that's out. And then by the time I've done that, it's 6 o'clock, then I've got dinner, then it's like 7 o'clock, then I've still got to... Basically, the race video will probably be out on Monday. And with all of that, you'll be getting the live reactions of me on that day, reacting to the results from those sessions. Now, I'm not sure how that will work, simply because it will be three separate videos of varying lengths, and I don't know if one person will just see a practice race or a practice review, or just the race review and wonder where all the other bits are. I don't know if it's going to be too disjointed. I am not sure. So moving on to idea number 2, and that is very similar to idea 1. However, I simply stitch together the three segments into one big video. So I still record on a Friday after the 2 practice sessions. I then record again on Saturday after practice 3 and qualifying, and then I again record on Sunday after the race. However, I then spend a bit more time stitching it together into one long video, which will come out probably Monday or Tuesday after the whole Grand Prix weekend. So you get kind of like a start to finish from practice to the race, and it will be my live reactions. So when I review practice 1 and practice 2, I will not know what's happened in practice 3 or qualifying or the race. I think that could work out quite well. And then idea number 3, which, as I've been talking about these, I've completely gone off in my head. So idea number 3 is to record everything on the Monday. So don't do any recording at all, just make some notes, make some ideas and stuff, and then just talk about it all on Monday. Now, I don't like that idea. Idea number 3 is gone. So the pros and cons that I can think of for idea 1, the 3 separate videos recording live on each day, is that it's going to sort of be like a less official paddock pass, if you've ever seen any of those with Will Buxton on the Formula 1 YouTube channel, where he will just talk about the sessions that have gone on. So I think he does a practice 1, a qualifying 1, and the race paddock pass with all the interviews, etc. But obviously I'll just talk about the results. I'll probably make my own Excel tables. I need to actually decide on the layout for that I'm actually going to work on. So I'll make those, or if I don't have enough time, I will just pinch a nice table from Formula 1 or from Pirelli or something. Then idea number 2, idea number 2 actually kind of works for me, because it's sort of a best of both. Because when I like watching reviews of something, I like watching one long sort of 20-25 minute video talking about everything that's gone on. I don't know if I would like to watch 3 separate videos of it, but I know doing 3 separate videos could do well, as someone would search for the practice and there would be a practice video on the Friday after the 2 practice sessions, whereas they'd have to wait till Monday to view the whole weekend. I don't know. So I may trial doing both of them, but I think I'm just going to do idea number 2, which will be the stitched together live reactions after each session. And then that will come out on Monday, Tuesday sort of time, similar to the reaction or the review of the virtual Grand Prix series that would happen on the Sunday evening, and then I'd release a video Monday or Tuesday after it. So that brings me nicely on into the structure, now that I've decided myself on how I'm going to lay out the video, into the structure of it and how it's all going to look. So I'm hoping to include some nice pictures, like I've done for the Team Through Time. I chose some nice pictures of the Haas car in that. I'll hope to find some nice pictures of the Austrian Grand Prix race through the practice and the qualifyings and things like that, as well as include my, hopefully, if I have enough time, to fill everything in, my custom Excel tables. I don't know what information to include. Obviously the lap times, the race times, if people were lapped, practice, the number of laps I suppose, maybe the tyre that they set their fastest lap on, possibly. I'll have a look, I'll have a little play. I don't know if I'll do like a reveal like I do in the fantasy prediction. I think I'll just pull it up and then go, there's the table, maybe here's some pictures. Again, need to have a play around with that in my head. But I think that is that for the review. I'm fairly set on idea number 2, stitching everything together, getting my live reactions but making it into one long sort of 20-ish minute video, hopefully. Then putting some pictures in it, making my custom tables, review, done. If I don't like it, I can always change it up, and there is an Austrian Grand Prix next weekend as well, in 7 days' time after this, so then I can do another one if I feel like it, but I kind of like idea number 2. But I suppose I've been recording for 8 minutes and 15 seconds as of now. I can squidge in a topic. So form guide. Why recent history favours Verstappen in Austria. Now this is true. Verstappen has won twice in Austria. Yes? Did he win in 17? No, Bottas won in 17. So Verstappen has won in 2018 and 2019. So you would have to say off the top of your head that yes, Verstappen is likely to win again in Austria. Whether he's going to win again in both Austrias, I am not sure. However, without reading this article, in 2018, Mercedes had a double DNF. Bottas and Hamilton both retired for separate reasons. And in 2019, they had overheating issues, if I remember rightly. And basically, it was like Ferrari in Australia. They couldn't perform how they wanted to, as Austria, I think, is the second highest track on the calendar after Mexico. So looking at that, you'd have to discount those two as poor Mercedes performances, and as long as they've got on top of those issues, they should be good, as they won in 2014 after a poor qualifying, they won in 2015, and they won in 2016. It would have been a 1-2, but, you know, Rosberg and Hamilton crashed. Nothing new there. But let's see what Greg Stewart has to say about this. So vying for pole position, Red Bull Ring is a power track, hence why Red Bull themselves, with their high downforce philosophy, traditionally less punchy power units, and have never recorded a pole here, although Williams have. They did in 2014, I think. But with Honda's power units believed to be roughly on par with Mercedes by the end of 2019, it seems likely that they'll at least be closer to pole at this year, which should actually be quite interesting. But I still think that Lewis Hamilton has the edge in qualifying. He always has that edge. Yes, Charles Leclerc ended up getting more poles in 2019, but he did have a slightly grey issue or grey areaed car. And we know that Valtteri Bottas goes well at Austria. He loves this track a lot, same with Russia as well, but it's looking unlikely that we're going to Russia. So there's a video of Charles's pole lap from 2019. I won't watch that as I don't want to get in trouble, yada yada yada. So in the mix, wins from the last 5 years. So it has been Mercedes from 2014, I believe, as well as 15, 16 and 17. And then Verstappen in 2018, they're missing a bracket there. 2018 when they both retired, and then 2019 when they had technical issues. Podiums, Mercedes 5, Ferrari 5, Red Bull 4, Williams 1. Points potential, again, Mercedes are on top, Red Bull are even behind Ferrari on this one, but Red Bull have only really had one like strong driver and one sort of iffy driver, whereas Mercedes have had one excellent driver and one solid driver as well, which is where Red Bull have struggled in recent years, is they've had Verstappen, but then they've had someone like Gasly or Albon who hasn't quite reached that performance, who hasn't been on the podium, who hasn't come like fourth all the time when Verstappen is winning. It's definitely been one-sided. Haas also go well at Austria as well, out of the midfield. Quite how well they'll do this year, I don't know. Their car, I can't really remember too much from testing, to be honest, as it was, 4 months ago now, testing. There was a testing recap video. It's like a power rankings or something article. But yeah, so what's going to happen in Austria, I am not too sure. I think one last thing I want to go over is the Mercedes Everything You Need to Know before the season starts. I think they've done one of these for all the teams, because I've seen one for Ferrari and McLaren and stuff, but I haven't quite seen them for everything pop up. So Mercedes, they've changed their livery to black. Really cool, really nice looking livery. I like it. All the people that are saying sports shouldn't get political, sports shouldn't do this, yada 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 yada, shush, doesn't matter. No, that shouldn't matter. A team is open to do whatever the hell it wants to do, and if its star top driver wants a black car, he will get a black car. I can't imagine it would have taken much persuading of anybody, because it's good publicity for Mercedes. There's nothing bad can come from this. However, the only issue I can see is, if we roll back the years, only last year, Germany, when Mercedes brought out their new special one-off livery for Germany, they didn't do so great. So they don't have good history with changing their livery. They set themselves up to fail, as Toto Wolff said in 2019 Germany. This car, as it's here for the whole season, it's just another silver car. But could it make Hamilton try too hard because he's got the pressure of what he set himself? I don't know. Probably not. I still think Hamilton is going to do very bloody well this season. And I genuinely feel that his main title rival this year, I'm sorry to say it, Bottas fans, but it is going to be Max Verstappen. Oh, damn, I forgot about their DAS system. Yeah, they should be using their DAS system in Austria. As you know, it's all fully legal. What pictures have we got here? Yeah, so like these types of pictures I'll include in my review as well. Just little things like this. That's a cool picture. I like that one. But yeah, their DAS system, they should use that. They developed it. It's legal. They can do what they like. It's been proved legal, as FIA didn't think they could pull it off. They thought they'd closed off that whole camber changing system. But yes, I think that is everything. I've now been recording for 15 minutes. Quite nice little video. Gone over the way I'm going to do the reviews. Gone over 2 articles. Given my sort of insight. As good as my insight is. Sometimes it's not fantastic. But anyway, I think that is all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you in the review, which may be the next video, or a double points finale, as I have recorded one of those for 1975 to 1979. But that is all I've got for you today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video with whatever and whenever I decide to make it. I'll see you guys then.